Welcome to the Little White Lie Digital Network with Caren Glasser. The Little White Lie is all about the lies we tell ourselves about getting older and how to love the age you're in. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. If you're here on replay, that's great. Just make sure you comment below, and we'll make sure to comment after that. I mean, the conversation does continue forever, so make sure you comment back there. And of course, I always ask you to go ahead and share. If you're on your mobile device, there's a little share button at the bottom of your mobile device. And if you're on your computer, there's also a share button. Please share the love. We'd love to have you sharing it out there. So I would have you go into my website, and I want to tell you something really exciting. We just launched the new website, thelittlewhitelie.com. I'd love to hear your comments. Go check it out. And as well, when you're making comments, please use the hashtag Little White Lie. So today we're going to be talking about this question: how can I expect magic no matter my age? And who better to bring into the show my friend and my colleague and somebody I'm so inspired by, Diana Wentworth. She is a 7-time best-selling, award-winning author, including the popular Chicken Soup for the Soul books. She also, her film rights to her romantic memoir, Send Me Someone, was purchased by the Lifetime Network. Very cool. And along with her late husband, she hosted a long-running television series and founded The Inside Edge. It's a weekly breakfast forum in Southern California that helped launch the careers, now listen to this, of celebrated authors and speakers such as Jack Canfield, Dr. Susan Jeffers, and Louise Hay. Pretty impressive. And her 11th book, Expect Magic, is coming out in the fall. So without further ado, I would like to bring in Diana Wentworth. Hello, Diana. How are you?
I'm so excited to be with you. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm thrilled. I really am thrilled. And I know that I told you, but I was going to ask you this question. So the first thing I like to ask my guests is, what is your little white lie?
Well, who knew that I would be at 76 years old, still just juicy and enthusiastic and inventing new creativity and coming up with new projects. And I just became a life coach last year. You know, I mean, it's amazing. And I didn't expect it, but I don't think I didn't expect it either, because I've never pictured myself just getting too old to be creative, at least.
Well, you know, you're an inspiration to me. I'm sure you're an inspiration to many, many people. And it doesn't matter how old we are. We can still do what we want to do. And you are a living example of that. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my reveal. So I'm just going to take a couple of seconds. I'm going to put my head down so you can see my hair.
Oh, okay, good. Well, it's going to be a good color.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to cut a couple inches off and let it grow in. Yeah, I'm loving it, as everyone out there knows. I totally love this. So here's the question: how can I expect magic no matter my age? So when we say magic, what are you talking about, Diana?
I'm talking about serendipity and living in a state of receptivity and expectancy, and having a vibration of just knowing that we're being led, that, you know, like Rumi, the poet Rumi says, follow the thread of what you truly love. It will not lead you astray. And I have done this all my life. I have always been very tuned in and would do journaling and ask kind of quintessential questions. And I find that the most magical things happen. There's really no explanation for the things that happen. But I continually meet really exciting people who offer different opportunities, and it's like stepping stones are being put in front of me, and I expect that to happen. So I think it's a vibration of expectancy and receptivity, just being open to it.
And, you know, we were discussing this before we went live about the whole mindset thing, and when you expect something to happen, you can actually envision it, and it will come. And it's such a great thing, because if you put negativity out there, guys, that's what you're going to get back. You're going to get back the negativity. But we're going to go back to magic. So how does magic show up in our each individual lives? What do you think? How do you think it shows up?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking your viewers. It shows up. Well, for instance, my husband Ted and I love road trips. We go on these long road trips because we live in the desert and it gets too hot in the summer. So
Yes,
we
it does.
call it the road trip to surrender because we don't actually have a plan. We stay someplace the next morning. We say, okay, where should we go now? Which direction? And we got led to a little town called Ashland, Oregon, which we fell in love
Beautiful.
with and thought, now that would be the place that we want to be. In fact, there's my gorgeous husband, Ted. Wave to everybody, Teddy.
Hi, Ted.
So we thought, how can we be here? And magically, I wanted to connect with a woman who had a fabulous restaurant called Morning Glory. I just walked into this restaurant and felt like I was in my grandmother's home, and it just felt so good. And magically, a friend of mine knew the owner and introduced us. And so I offered to write the foreword for her cookbook. And now we're heading up there for 2 weeks in Ashland, and I get to sit in her kitchen and watch the magic in her kitchen and write about it. So, I mean, things like that happen continually.
Right. That's magic. Now I want to ask our guests, anyone that's listening right now, and put it in the comments, and we can put it up there. And even if you're on replay, go ahead and put it in the comments. How does magic show up in your life? I posted something the other day, Diana, about sometimes things just, when you least expect it, everything happens at the same time, right? And our goal is, I think, is to actually just jump in and do it because it's there right then. How do you feel about this when we put this out there, all these great things that we want to happen and they start happening all at one time? What do you do about that?
How much good can you handle, Right. I spring up in front of my mirror every morning and I say something to the effect of, today's the happiest day of my life. And I say that every morning.
I totally
and, quite often it just sets up that vibration and amazing things happen.
So you have a new book coming out and it's about magic. What's the title of the book? And tell us a little bit about what's going to be in that book.
It's called Expect Magic. And I have been creating women's circles where I love to facilitate women's circles and have women who are heart-centered women show up. And there's no charge for it, but what they come there, they expect to meet people and just observe the synchronicity that happens between them. And it's been unbelievable for everybody who's ever attended. And I would love to have these going in every city. So I'll be sharing stories about that. I'll be sharing practices that I use with my coaching clients about how to move out of a mood that is spiraling down and catch it right away and raise that mood. That's so important to catch it within like 15 seconds or so before it goes too far and starts attracting like thoughts. And how to visualize. There's a wonderful book called Into the Magic Shop, which I really recommend to your listeners, about a doctor who came from absolute poverty and became incredibly gifted. And he ended up founding the Department of Compassion at Stanford University through these magical things that happen just by, as you said, visualizing every day the beauty that they want to bring into their lives as if it's already occurred.
I love that. I'm going to put some comments up. Joey said, today is the best day ever. So that was the comment that's coming after you standing in the mirror and looking at yourself. We have a friend, Lisa Lamont, who talks about mirror love, and she actually does that, and she talks, and she encourages all of us to do that. We have another comment from Mary Jo. She says she loves that idea. Thank you so much. And then the 15 seconds is a great tip. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on this. So the magic group, the Expect Magic, and the book and the group that you started is a recent group. You just started that, right?
I started in January out here in the desert. We're starting one in Newport Beach and one in Oregon coming up soon.
So all of our viewers out there, listen to that, because maybe it's going to come to your neighborhood, or maybe you're interested in having it come to your neighborhood. You're going to be reaching out to Diana and you just, let her know that maybe you might have a community that would be able to support this high level kind of interaction and communication and engagement. I think it's great. I'm going to put some websites up here because I know you're going to want to go visit Diana. Go to her website, dianawentworth.com. And also, she's got several because I want you to be able to go see this, www.expect-magic.com. And then finally, the insideedge.org. That's the last email. And if you want to connect with Diana on Facebook, just put her name in there, Diana Wentworth. Now, I know that you have a special gift for us. Tell us what the gift is.
Well, the only book that I've written that was self-published was right after I had a heart attack. And that heart attack was a kind of a wake-up call to me, is how I was ignoring my heart. So I really became very focused on listening to my heart. And I wrote a book called Love Your Heart, Follow the Red Thread to a Heart-Centered Life. And I self-published that for the American Heart Association. And so I would really like your listeners to click the link that I know you're going to give them and get a free copy of that book. It's a PDF version.
That's awesome. I put the link right in the comments, guys. So go look up into the comments after the show and go click on that link. That's very generous of you, Diana, and I really, really appreciate it.
I love sharing it.
Any other thoughts that you want to share about magic and how we can incorporate it into our lives and make our lives magical? Any last thoughts?
Well, I really think that, our thoughts are so important, and it's so important to monitor them all the time because they're either coming from ego, which is when you're trying to control things and make things happen a certain way, or they're heart-centered, they're soul-centered thoughts. And those soul-centered thoughts seem to be the ones that have the vibration that attract like thoughts and people. Have you ever walked into a market and you're in a bad mood? It's like people cannot get far enough away from you.
Right.
But if you walk in and you're open and friendly and complimentary, it's like you spark their day.
Yes.
It might mean the world to them that you notice them and say something kind. And I think that is the way, if we can live our life that way and not get hooked by our old wounds and our old, you can't drive along looking in the rearview mirror.
No, you can't.
So anytime that we spend, ruminating about all the old baggage and this stuff, we all have those wounds, is a step forward. And I have about 100 techniques that I love to share with my clients.
I really love what you're saying. One of the things that I try to do, and sometimes it makes the people around me crazy, I smile at everyone. I go through a toll booth. I ask the guy at the toll booth, how are you doing today? And I smile. I go through the market to check out, how was your day today? And sometimes they're so startled that somebody's actually having a conversation rather than just doing their business and getting out of there. And it becomes, for me, I try to do that every single day. I'm going to actually put another comment up there. Christine says, that's exactly how I shop. Please and thank you and random compliments. I love that, Christine. That's great. And Mary Jo then said, yes, smiling does that too.
Just a smile. It's true. It's contagious. We can't help it. You know how you hear baby laugh and you're just hysterical? That's what, we are contagious.
Yes, we are.
We might as well be contagious into a happy mood and feeling empowered. It makes all the difference. Yeah.
I totally agree. Diana, thank you so much for taking time out of your very, very, very busy. I'm exhausted when I look at your resume and your bio and what you've done. And I you know why I'm exhausted? Not because of what you've done, because of what I know you're going to do. You're going to continue to do. You are totally an inspiration to me. And I only hope that I am where you are, when I get just a little bit older, and I want to be, I kind of want to be just like you. So I want to thank you. I really want to thank you for spending.
Well, I think you're amazing. Doing what you're doing isn't so much fun. What a thing to be able to be right on TV, right on in my computer.
Fun? Yeah. I love it. It's very fun, and we get to broadcast out to thousands and thousands of people. Amazing. And we want to thank our viewers because we know that you have a choice as to where you spend your time every single day, and we want to make sure that you know how much we appreciate that you decided to spend your time with us today. So go out and give somebody an awesome day, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of The Little White Lie. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.